Hey everybody, it's Karen at Simply Living for Him. I'm here to do my daily devotional. These devotionals are found on the YouTube channel every day, as well as the Simply Living for Him online women's community. So you can join either one of those places if you are encouraged by these devotionals. Today I wanted to talk about something that as women I think we deal with often. You know, we are too focused on comparing to others, and I really want to tell you that you need to focus on the gift that God has given you to use for Him, for His glory. See, we get often confused and we think that we use our gifts for ourselves or, to achieve something or, for our own glory. And I think that's why we can get caught up in comparing, because if we are truly doing something for the glory of God, we're not going to compare to what somebody else is doing because we want them to use their gifting for the glory of God. If we are really focused on, the greater purpose and not on ourselves, we are also going to be not looking at what somebody else is doing and saying, almost like jealousy or coveting what they're doing, but we're going to look at what somebody else is doing and be happy for them. We all have a different gift from God to use on this earth for a very unique purpose. None of us should be, looking to someone else as our measure of achievement or worth. We are really, truly only looking to God to use the gifts that He has given us for Him. And it says here in 1 Corinthians 12, it talks about this starting in verse 12. Just as a body, though one, has many parts, but all its many parts form one body, so it is with Christ. And so it goes on then to talk about how, like the foot doesn't say to the hand, I want to do what you do or anything like that. The hand has a completely different job than the foot, yet they're part of the body and they have to work together to make a complete person, to make a person be able to, do the things that they are created to do. And it's the same way with the body of Christ. Some people are going to be teachers. Some people are going to be administrators. Some people are good behind the scenes. Some people are good in missions. Some people are good in all different things. And, it's really detrimental to the body of Christ and to our own spirit when we look to others and kind of want their gifting or think that what we're doing isn't enough because we think that they're like doing something so great. Something also that struck me is, often people will say, how do you have time to do all the things you do? And for that, I just don't really think twice about it. I am given the things that I do from God, and He will give me the time to do them, right? So I don't see it as I'm trying to, fill up my life with all these things. I'm just simply doing the things that God calls me to do, which is be a wife, homeschool my children, my family comes first, and then He has given me a ministry that I, steward for Him. And I believe He gives me the time to do the things that He calls me to do. And we should never look at somebody else and be like, well, I don't have the time for that. Like I've heard that many times where women will be like, oh, that person, they're so crafty or they're doing all this DIY. Who has time for that? They do, because God gave them the time to do their gift. Just because someone else is doing something well, and they're finding time to do something, like we don't need to put it down and be like, well, I don't have time to do that. Well, no, because God didn't call you to be a DIY crafter. Or God didn't call you to teach Bible studies, or God didn't call you to work in a daycare, or God didn't call you to do whatever the thing somebody else is doing. And so we have to be really careful to stick to our part. What did God call you to do? And we don't look at the foot and be like, oh, I don't have time to walk. I only have time to write. I'm a hand. I only have time to do things. I don't have time to walk. Well, it's not that you don't have time. It's that God didn't create you to do that. But we don't put the other body part down for what it's doing. We're like, I'm the hand. I need the foot to be a body, right? We all should be cheering each other on because we all have the same purpose. See, I think that's where we get confused. when we think that our giftings and our purposes suit us to kind of, get to these achievements, or, whatever it is, or get to these certain things that we make for ourselves, these goals, and we're not looking at it as, these are the gifts God has given me to use for a purpose for his kingdom, and yay, we're all on the same team, we're all part of one body, and yay, we all have a different job, because some people, we need them around the world to be missionaries. Some people, we need them in the Sunday school nursery. Some people, we need them leading youth ministry. Some people, we need teaching Bible studies. Some people, we need just cooking a meal. Like, we need all of that, because there is no one person who could do all those things. And so God created the body of Christ to work together. So we have to be really careful to keep that mind of Christ and have that attitude of Christ, and not ever looking to somebody else and their gift as, that little envious kind of sin takes root. And we never look to somebody and put them down for what they're doing and say, well, I don't have time to do all that. Because like I said, God then didn't create you to do that. There's no need to justify it. There's no need to make excuses. Be happy that God gave someone the time to do their thing, and then walk in your thing. What did God give you? What did he create you to do as part of the greater body of Christ?